Today we're going to be reviewing the 2014 MacBook Air in 2024. The 2014 MacBook Air was released on April the 26th, 2014, and was discontinued on March the 9th, 2015. This MacBook was one of the first MacBooks to use a dual microphone array, which was aimed to reduce background noise and enhance the quality of the user's voice. We're going to put the MacBook through several daily user tasks, for example web browsing, video streaming, messaging, lightweight gaming, and etc. So, let's talk about specifications. The 2014 MacBook Air has a 4th Gen Core i5 clocked at 1.4 GHz. It doesn't sound like much, but for what it was designed for, it's pretty powerful. It also handles lightweight gaming very well with those Intel HD Graphics 5000. I'll show you guys the results when we reach the gaming topic at the end of the video. There is a slight disadvantage with the MacBook Air 2014 though, and that is the limited amount of memory. Most of these machines pack 4GB of DDR3 memory clocked at 1600 MHz, which isn't a lot, but isn't the size that matters. It's what you can do with it. The MacBook Air 2014 comes in weighing at 1.7 pounds, making it very portable and easy to travel with. From personal experience, I've been carrying and using this machine throughout school, and I'll say it's very comfortable to use. Now, since we're on the topic of comfort, let's talk about that keyboard. The keyboard on the 2014 MacBook Air has been one of the best keyboards I've ever used on a laptop. Any MacBook from 2014 and below, and 2020 and newer, utilize the scissor switch, although the newest scissor switches on the later MacBooks aren't the greatest, but get the job done. The newer switches make a really nice noise though. So let's move on to performing some daily tasks you'd usually do throughout the day on this little laptop. So we're going to see how the machine performs when doing these tasks. So let's go ahead and start. So for web browser, we're going to try and do some, YouTube streaming, some video streaming. So for video streaming, we're going to try out and use YouTube. So we're going to quickly view a little video from my channel. So since we're on the topic of obviously, watching a YouTube video, we may as well try out and test the speakers on this laptop. I'll just play the OS X Snow Leopard video. Like, they have bass, honestly. So this video is 1080p 60. So I'm gonna let the video play for about a solid 1 minute, and you can decide if you see any stutters or not. And you'll see how it performs when obviously it decodes 1080p 60 video.
It's fine, it isn't similar, especially with the icons. By the way, if you don't know, we're currently running with the Aqua UI, and I actually prefer the Aqua UI. I think it's called Aqua UI, and it's just so cool to see how this Mac, for example, its design is still similar to new Macs. So anyways, let's see if Safari works in 2022. Okay, so we're currently on Safari right now, and it defaulted to Apple's website.
So as you could see, it did manage to play the video without any stutters, but I don't feel like I did enough action in the video to prove that it doesn't jitter, obviously. So I'm going to play a different video that supports 1080p 60 FPS. So from here I'm going to let it play. It has audio support, and as you can see, it's performing pretty well, so I'll let this video play. Right, so that wasn't obviously a full minute, but you could see it literally had no jitters whatsoever. Honestly, I feel like it handled it pretty well. So one thing I will say, obviously I can't obviously, benchmark VS Code on this, but I will say this laptop is probably one of the best laptops. If you're a developer who's making apps and websites, stuff like this, honestly, this laptop's perfect for that. VS Code runs perfectly fine on this. This laptop's perfect for development, especially like app development and all that. So I haven't tried Xcode on this laptop. I honestly don't think it'd run that well. Okay, so we're slowly reaching into the gaming topic. So of course the integrated graphics don't run very well on this. So we're practically just going to be doing online gaming, cloud gaming basically. So I'm going to be using Xbox Cloud Gaming for this. And of course, you're going to need a controller. It won't work with the keyboard obviously because it's Xbox Cloud Gaming. Honestly, you're going to be doing cloud gaming, a lot of cloud gaming. So the game I'm going to be trying out is Fortnite.
You're fucking garbage!
But of course, you do have other cloud gaming services like GeForce Now, which do support the trackpad or mouse and keyboard system. Alright, so we're in. Let's hop into a 0 build match. We're going to play solos and let's see how it performs. So one thing I will say, there is a tiny bit of latency, but I think honestly that's expected, especially if we're playing online. But as you can see, it's running perfectly fine. So, I guess we can say cloud gaming does work well. Now, obviously I'm not going to leave you guys stranded with just, I don't know, playing on the lobby. Let's actually get into a proper game. So I've been playing the game for about 5 to 10 minutes now. I'm kind of like 3/4 into the game, you can say. And I'll be honest with you, it literally just feels the exact same as I usually play on my Xbox. Yeah, like I said before, there is that latency. But honestly, I feel like you can just get used to it really, and then you'll be fine.
We got a Mario tutorial, yeah, for everybody get.
So as you can see, we're on Minecraft 1.12.2, and holy crap, it's running great, honestly. Of course, shaders will not work on this version of Minecraft. I feel like playing 1.12.2 is probably like the sweet spot for this laptop, because we're running, honestly, I think we're running at 60 FPS. Let's take a look at the FPS counter thing. Yeah, so we're running at 60 FPS, 70 FPS. I feel like sometimes it does go down. I feel like we're averaging about 40 to 60 FPS, maximum 80. This is on 8 chunks, fast graphics, and max smooth lighting. Yeah, we're doing pretty good so far, so I feel like Minecraft definitely does run well on these older MacBooks. Now here's my favourite part of the video. How does retro gaming perform on the MacBook Air 2014? So when I say retro gaming, I mean I'm going to try out a Dreamcast game. I absolutely love Sonic Adventure 2, it's probably one of the best games I've ever played, besides Half-Life 2 obviously. So let's go ahead and start. I'm using a controller. With Red Dream you can, or Redream, I don't know how you pronounce it, but you can emulate Dreamcast games. In this case, I'm obviously doing, I'm not going to try and talk too much, but as you can tell, it's running pretty well. I'm currently getting a solid 60 FPS, no worries. This is pretty easy to run anyway. I mean, I've run it on worse hardware and maintained a solid 60 FPS, but if you're planning on doing retro gaming on this, yeah, this is definitely the laptop to use. But I'm not sure about how, emulators work on macOS, you can obviously bootcamp this Mac. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So, let's jump to the conclusion. So, in conclusion, is the 2014 MacBook Air worth it? I will say two things. Number one, yes, this laptop is probably one of the best laptops you can get. Only if you're a student, someone who doesn't do proper gaming, someone who just needs a laptop that can get the job done, something that's lightweight and easy to use. I would suggest getting a MacBook Air, anything 2014 and above, especially this laptop. You saw in those benchmarks, it performed perfectly fine. You know, and if you want to do gaming on the side, then you can obviously use GeForce Now, Xbox Cloud Gaming. Cloud Gaming will always be there. And while you get a MacBook Air, you may as well get a Xbox controller or a PlayStation controller when you're doing that cloud gaming. These MacBooks last forever. They are one of the most reliable machines you can honestly pick up. If my math is correct, this laptop is 10 years old, and honestly it still holds up well today. So definitely consider picking up one of these. If you like what you saw there, please do consider subscribing and liking the video. Once again, I am extremely sorry for the long wait. I promised I'd upload something by January the 5th, but that literally never happened. I've been caught up with family issues, and so it's been pretty difficult for me to put something out. So once again, I am really sorry for the delays. Hopefully I'll have another video out by the summer holidays, maybe even before. So yeah, these things are still usable and worth picking up today. So, I'll see you soon.